How I feel? Blessed. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rock her hips. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for hips, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move it.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about wide receiver Terry McLaurin voicing his frustration with offensive coordinator Bienemy. Without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys please do me a favor and go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers. It'll be greatly appreciated if you guys can do so. Thank you so much. And also, don't hesitate to become a channel member if you want to do that too. Now, with that out the way, let's talk about yesterday's video right quick. Yesterday, I made a video, a little funny video. I was like, am I changing my NFL team? And a lot of people felt like I clickbaited them. I want to come on here to apologize for that. That wasn't my intentions at all. I was just trying to make a little, regular little funny little video or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And basically just tell you like, nah, man, I'm here forever. So my intentions were not to clickbait you guys, but a lot of you guys felt like I did. So I just want to come on here and apologize for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? And I come on here, and face the criticism, you know what I'm saying? It's okay. So that being said, again, I apologize if you guys ever felt like I tried to clickbait you, because that wasn't my intentions. So now let's get to today's video. So we know we're on a bye week, but that doesn't stop the news and that doesn't stop the drama that comes out around this team. So yesterday there was a Bleacher Report article that was pulled up today, and it was about Terry McLaurin and him voicing his frustration with offensive coordinator Bienemy. As we know, all year long, Terry McLaurin has had a down year, and he has been basically non-existent in this offense. And a lot of us have felt disappointed because we thought this was going to be the year Terry McLaurin was going to explode, and he obviously hasn't. So let's go ahead and read this article together. I got it pulled up on the screen right now on Bleacher Report again. So it goes on to say this. Washington Commanders head coach Ron Rivera said this week wide receiver Terry McLaurin spoke with him and offensive coordinator Bienemy regarding frustration over his lack of usage. According to Brian Manning of USA Today Commanders, while Rivera praised McLaurin for his handling of the situation and willingness to talk things out. He quoted this: "Yeah, I've talked with Terry before, and we've talked about those things. And I know he's talked to Eric, and he's gone in, and he and EB have had good conversation of what I understand." Quote, to me, that's the way you handle it, is you go in and you talk directly. I think that's a big part of what he's been doing. I've been big on him to come in and fight the frustration and talk about if that's what's need to be, whatever. So Rivera continues to say, Rivera's comments came on the heels of McLaurin's finishing with no catches and 3 targets in Washington's 45-15 loss to the Miami Dolphins this past Sunday. McLaurin suggested after the game that he wasn't thrilled with the lack of production, saying, "I ran a lot of cardio. It happens. It comes with it when it's tough. Yeah, it's frustrating, but I'm going to keep coming in and practicing and playing hard." The 20-year-old McLaurin, who was a third-round pick out of Ohio State in 2019, is trending towards the worst season of his career with 60 receptions and 694 yards and 2 touchdowns through 13 games. McLaurin entered this season having recorded over 1,000 receiving yards in 3 straight seasons, including a career high of 1,191 yards and 77 catches en route to his first Pro Bowl last season. Ironically, McLaurin thrived over the first 4 seasons despite of having a consistent revolving door at QB play at the quarterback position. And now that the Commanders seem to have their answer under the center and Sam Howell, his numbers have dipped. McLaurin led Washington in receptions and receiving yards but Howell likes to spread the ball around, and evidenced by 6 players having at least 29 receptions and at least 322 yards. Howell likes to get wide out to Jahan Dawson and Curtis Samuel, running back Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson, and tight end Logan Thomas involved, which has capped McLaurin's ceiling. At 4-9, the Commanders are unlikely to make the playoffs at this point, which suggests Bienemy could be given license to get more creative and take more chances offensively, and that could perhaps help salvage McLaurin's season down the stretch. So So that is the article in itself that we that they had put out on Terry McLaurin or whatever. And I first want to start by saying this. I'm happy Terry has done this. I know we don't like praising the diva mentality. We talk about guys like A.J. Brown, Odell Beckham, and so many other receivers that when they're not getting the ball, Stephon Diggs, when they're not getting the ball, they show their emotion, they show their frustration on the sideline, and Terry McLaurin doesn't do that. So this is like the first time that he's really kind of, spoke out against the coaching staff, and even in his way of speaking out, he still did it respectfully and a blue-collared way. But if Terry McLaurin was to act like how the rest of these star wide receivers acted, I would not be mad at him at all. He deserves the ball. He deserves the opportunity to show what he can do. He is one of the better receivers in the league, and it sucks because a lot of fans are now turning on Terry McLaurin. A lot of fans are saying he's not even, top 20 in the league anymore. Some fans even go as saying he's a wide receiver too, as if this guy wasn't carrying our receiving corps since 2019. Like, it's just crazy that a guy that can just come in and single-handedly ruin a Pro Bowler, a Pro Bowler season and potentially project his career from going up to downward in one season. You would have thought having the quarterback that we have now, Terry would be better, but it seems like he was much better when we had a revolving door. And you asked Terry McLaurin how he felt going into this season. You can see it on his face. He thought he was going to be in for a really, really good year. He was brought in. He was all excited in the press conferences of Bienemy in the Pivot podcast. He said, "Yeah, I believe I'm right there. In the top 10 conversation. This is going to be a big year. We have weapons. It's fun playing out there for Bienemy." And then you get into the season, and this man is just non-existent. It's like they don't make a considered effort to try to get Terry McLaurin the football. It's no creative ways to make him open. It's no creative ways to get him the football. Like, we just try to not get Terry McLaurin the football. And I this thing about Sam Howell love spreading the ball around, that's cool and all, okay? That's cool and all. You don't think Jalen Hurts likes spreading the ball around, but he knows when he needs a big play, who is he going to? A.J. Brown or Devonta Smith? Yeah, of course, he wants to get Jack Stroll or whatever his name is. He would like to get Olamide Zaccheaus the football from time to time. DeAndre Swift out the backfield, Kenneth Gainwell. He gets the ball in the hands of his playmakers, but he knows when it's time to go get a big play, I'm going to my guy. It's like we, on the other hand, make Logan Thomas the primary read on certain plays. We make Brian Robinson, I love B-Rob, but we make Brian Robinson the primary receiver. Remember, he had a 100-yard game versus Seattle. Terry McLaurin is yet to crack 100 yards this season. Let that sink in. You're a running back who is not even a pass-catching running back to begin with. He's more so was looked at as a downhill runner. He has a 100-yard game before Terry McLaurin this season. If that doesn't like boggle your mind, I don't know what will. And in the article they say, yeah, now that the team is 4-9, it could prompt Bienemy to want to be more aggressive to get Terry McLaurin the ball, more creative. Why wait until we're 4-9 when the season's done? It's no point now. Like, it's no point to try to force feed him the ball now. You should have been doing that throughout the season when we still had opportunities to potentially flip this season around, right? It's like time and time and again, Terry McLaurin, even this season, has came up huge for us. In the Eagles game, in the Broncos game, in the Seattle game, time in and time out, this guy has continued to show up big for us. Blue collar guy, not arguing, showing up even when he's getting minimum catches, still doing his job, running routes, making blocks. Like, this guy is all you need in a receiver, and it just sucks that his career will never be what it could have been because of the situation he's in. Like, a lot of people says, yeah, he's not as fast as Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill. He's not as smooth as Justin Jefferson. His route running is not as good as Jamar Chase. So he's not one of those guys, right? He's not a Devontae Adams. He's not a Keenan Allen or whatever, right? Like, yeah, he's not gifted in that aspect. These guys were gifted with that. These were God-given talents. Terry McLaurin wasn't God-given talent. He worked for everything he has, right? But that doesn't mean that he can't be one of the best receivers in football. How many times have we seen really good receivers thrive in this industry, in this business, that weren't God-given talent? right? We've seen that countless times. Terry McLaurin isn't just, oh, he's not talented enough or God-given talent that he can't be one of the best wide receivers in football. I hate that that's even a saying. He's not elite. I think he's not elite because of his situation. I don't think he's not elite because he just can't be elite. I think it's his situation. You look at all the elite guys around the league. You look at Jamar Chase, his situation, prior to obviously Joe Burrow going down. You look at Justin Jefferson with Kirk Cousins. You look at Stephon Diggs with Josh Allen. All these elite guys that you talk about, yeah, they're amazing. But you look at their situation that they're in. 9 times out of 10, they're in a situation where it's really good. Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen. The only guy that I can say that is in a similar situation with Terry McLaurin, that's Devontae Adams in Las Vegas. And even Devontae Adams is having a downward year. He's not having a year that he's accustomed to. So, yeah, Terry McLaurin may not be as gifted, godly talented as all these better receivers, top 5, top 3 receivers. But that doesn't mean that he can't put up the same numbers as them, because you put him in that situation that they're in, I guarantee you he puts up those same numbers. I guarantee you. You put him in Philly, he's putting up those numbers. You put him in Kansas City, he's putting up those numbers. You put him in Buffalo, he's putting up those numbers. You put him in Los Angeles, he's putting up those numbers. You put him in let's see, what's another team that we could say? You put him in Detroit, he's putting up those numbers, right? It's the situation, and that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, Terry McLaurin this season has not been elite, okay? But I don't think he can't be. That's the truth of the matter. I don't think he can't be. I think if he gets put in a better situation where he's actually the guy that he should be, like he hasn't proven that, then I think his numbers can be 1,300. And that's elite numbers. So with that being said, man, I just wanted to come here to talk quickly about that. Let me know what y'all think about this, though, in the comment section. Terry McLaurin voicing his frustration with the offensive coordinator, Bienemy, and much more. As always, me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Love each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed one. See y'all later. Peace.